Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about tested resistance and tested support. What are tested resistance and what are tested support? Now, tested resistance is when price just touch your resistance but don't break it. It just react off of it and probably just shoot back down instead of going above. Resistance is the ceiling where price cannot break above, and support is like the floor where price cannot break below. So that would be the tested of support, where price didn't really break below, but it touched it, but it didn't really break below. Now I'm gonna show you guys what is a tested of resistance first. So all these green circles, they're all tested of resistance, and all the red ones are tested of support. So don't worry about the red ones right now. Just focus on the green one that I'm showing. So right here, as you can see, price tested this resistance because this was resistance from the past, right? And price tested it and gave you a bearish engulfing candle and then just started shooting down. Came back to some levels where it was prior in the past. Now let me bring it back over here. Right here also you can see this is tested resistance. Price that tested, gave you a bearish engulfing candle and shot back down to support area. Alright, so this would be a level of support also. This is also a tested of resistance because price went up there, it didn't break it, it just touched it and started shooting back down to the next level of support. Also right here, this is a tested level of resistance. Hello guys, welcome back to Cash University. So today I'm going to show you guys what is a tested of resistance or a tested of support. So on this chart I'll show you all my levels of resistance and all my levels of support. So these could also be used as key levels, or known as key levels. So right here you see I'm starting from over here. All the green ones, these are levels, tested level of support. So in the past, price was here before, over here in the left. You see price came back to this resistance level and tested it, but it didn't break above it and started shooting back down. So we would consider this a test of resistance because price just touched it and couldn't break above it and started coming back down. Now I'm gonna show you guys quite a few more where is a test of resistance. Everywhere where we have resistance, that's where you would call it a level of one second. Anywhere you have resistance and price go there and just started shooting back down, that's what you would call a test of resistance. So let me just mark this up too. So this is a level of resistance because you see price came here quite a few times and got rejected. Let's say this is also support. This is support right here. Price came there a few times and got rejected. Alright. Alright, so let's show you. This is a tested of resistance. Price came there but couldn't break above it and shot back down to the next support. Right? Price came here, test this resistance also right here, couldn't break above it and came back to the next level of support. Alright, I'm just showing you a lot of tested of resistance. Price came here, tested the resistance, couldn't break above it and came back to the next level of support. Alright, same thing over here. Price tried to break above this resistance so much times but it failed and came right back to the next level of support. So these lines are like magnets, right? Once it go there and couldn't break above it, it's coming back to the next support. It doesn't always happen, but you could definitely win a few trades like that. Let's see. A few more tested level of resistance. Right here you can see from in the past this was resistance. Price tested this resistance, couldn't really break above it. It broke above it, but you would consider this as a fake out because a bearish engulfing candle happened right after. If you can see, this candle ate up this candle. It closed lower than where this candle was opened, or closed, sorry. So this is a tested level of resistance, came back and tested this level also. Now price came up, shot up, couldn't really go too far up there, and came back to the level of support. Right here also price came back to the level of resistance, couldn't break above it, came back to the next level of support. So what happened is your resistance would sometimes become your next level of support. Once price break above it and hold and continue going up, that resistance now becomes support, and vice versa. Your support levels sometimes become level of resistance. So right here you can see price tested the level of resistance, couldn't really break above it, came down and then continued to go up. Right here tested the level of resistance, shot back down to the level of support. Same thing over here. Price, it broke above but it couldn't really hold it, so it came back down, shot back down. What it did, came back, retested over here, shot back to the next level of support. And price, same thing over here, resistance, shot back down to the next level of support. So I'm just showing you how it happened multiple times. You can see it's like a magnet. Once price go to the resistance and couldn't break it, it's coming back to the next level of support. So you could see how much trade you could have won with this specific thing on the H4 time frame. Now some of them won't be no long trades, but it's definitely profitable. Same thing over here. You see price tested this level of resistance, it couldn't break it, and bang bang, gave you a bearish engulfing right here. What it did, take its time back to the next level of resistance, level of support, sorry. And even though this took a few days, sometimes the H4 time frame trades do take a long time, but it went to where as predicted. Now see, same thing over here, tested resistance, gave you the bearish engulfing candle on the resistance. Next level, next take profit area is your level of support. Same thing over here, tested resistance, couldn't break above it, back to your next level of support. Same thing, tested, back to the level of support. Now I'm gonna show it, same thing over here, tested level of resistance. Well, it broke above it, but it couldn't really hold. So now we're coming back to the next level of support, and the next level of support could also be right here, but I didn't really draw anything, put any line. I don't want to overcrowd my chart. Now I'm gonna show you test the level of support. All right, every time price touch that level, it just bounced. I'm gonna show it to you from all the way over here. Let me show y'all right here also. So this is these are tested levels of support in the market. Alright, so bang. So as you can see, every time price bounce off these levels, it do get a bounce. Right, so bang, bang. Okay, tested level of support, right? So price did test, it kept testing this level of support, but it's not really breaking. Right here it broke below, but it broke back above it, and then right here it just kept testing this level of support, testing, and then you see price finally and gave you a nice bullish engulfing candle, and it just shot up to the next level of resistance. So this is also a tested level of support. Price came back to the support, tested, it didn't break below, and shot back up where it went to the next level of resistance. Then price came back down, it even broke below it still, and broke back above it, came back, tested the level of support, where it went to the next level of resistance. Price, let's see, price tested this level of support, but it broke it. Okay, let's see another time price tested. Okay, so price tested the level of support right here quite a few times. It was just hovering around this area, then gave you a nice bullish engulfing candle. So you got one bullish engulfing candle, two bullish engulfing candle, three bullish engulfing candle. And what price did, let's see. Well, price broke below, unfortunately. Price broke below, and then it came back above, and what it did, it went to the next level of resistance. Right, let's see again, test the level of support, it broke below, but this one engulfed and brought it back up kept doing the same thing below, brought it back up. So tested level of support and bang to the next level of resistance. Now this is also a tested level of support when price went back to the next level of resistance. This also gave you a nice opportunity and a nice confirmation, tested level of support with a bullish engulfing candle. Here we go to the next target, at the resistance. Let's see again, tested. This is also a tested level of support. Next target is the next resistance area. There's so much times, I'm just pointing out different times when price react off a certain area. You know you could get into a trade and put your stop loss below or above a certain area. So when price tests resistance, you put your stop loss right above the resistance, and your target would be your next your next support. And vice versa. If you're on in a buy, your stop loss would be below your support, and your take profit would be your next resistance area. So right here you can see price tested support and went to the next resistance area. Price tested support, gave you a bullish engulfing candle, next resistance area, and continued on. Also right here, price tested support, it hovered a bit, came back, and then went to the next resistance area. Let's see again. This also tested support, and then it went to the next resistance area. The reason why this is support too, because it flipped and it broke above the resistance. Now it turned to support, and it's bouncing off the support, and it went to the next resistance. Right. Also right here, price tested support. Even though it broke below it, this confirmed it's shooting back up because this bullish engulfing candle, and price went back to the next resistance area. Same thing over here, tested support, bullish engulfing candle to the next resistance area. So it's like a magnet. It happened over and over and over again. So this is what you call a tested level of support and a tested level of resistance.